Okay, we're looking at these pictures, but inside of it, you're creating these forms. What is it that you're feeling when you're painting these things? Are you aware of these energy bodies, or what goes on for you?
Well, I think that my quest has been similar to a kind of philosophical quest or a spiritual journey about who are we, what are we, or who am I? And so the question has always been about self-discovery, and then hopefully that will relate to a larger group of people as well, if you can get down to a fundamental root. And so that's really what's driving it. What am I? And what is this? It's a constant mystery. And so along the way, I've plugged into these, what I would call visionary worlds, which have been part and parcel of art for, since the beginning.
Right.
Since the shamans painted on the walls of caves, tens of thousands of years ago. And then all the different cultures with the multi-headed beings and the multi-armed and various kinds of things like that, they're all plugging into this visionary inner world. And I think it's the same as the Platonic archetypes. And there's been various different religions or cultures will look at this world, the world, Blake called it the divine imagination.
Right.
And so to me, that's sort of art becomes an emblem or a passionate encapsulation, and in some way a convincing proof that these inner realities exist at all. They don't have to argue for one ideology over another. Art, in general, argues for the reality of the inner worlds. It speaks for that. And that's what we need to sort of resurrect in the 21st century, is the value of the inner worlds. That the subjective is what brings meaning and purpose to our lives. And this is what's been devalued in the materialist, kind of modernist, what Wilbur calls a flatland, that doesn't see depth or height or meaning or purpose, but only describes the surfaces of things.
Well, for me, it's incredibly inspirational to see your art. My first experience was, many years ago, about, 10, 15 years ago, I asked to have a vision of ascension, of the body turning into light, because I heard that something like that was possible. So I said, if something like that's possible, I want to have a vision of it. And then I go with my friend into the new museum to see this performance art thing that's happening in the basement, and your sacred mirrors are covering the main hallway, and I stand in front of this one, and there is the body actually turning into light.
Yes.
There's the ascended body molecularly changing, and for me it was an answer to a prayer, seeing that.